Hi everyone, Nicholas Devine, Assistant Professional out here at the magnificent Lake Carrinup Country Club. And again, another club review, but a club review I haven't done before, and that's a putter. And I thought I would start with probably what I think is one of the best putters out on the market, and probably one that doesn't get enough accolades. So today I have for you the Bettinardi series of putters. So hang out for this video and we'll take a look at these four models that I have in my hand, and let's see if this will make it into your bag in 2018. So here you have it, Bettinardi. Now, some of you may have heard of it, some of you may not have heard of it. I've known of Bettinardi for quite some time. I think it goes back to 1993 for the first time I heard about a Bettinardi putter. But I have four putters here in my hand, most of them very much like a classic shape that you'd normally see in your Ping and Scotty Cameron putters. But Bettinardi for me takes it to another level, and you will think, how can they possibly do that? These guys take a lot of time when it comes to building a putter. Now, a lot of people talk about Scotty Cameron putters and how good they are. Yes, they are good. They are one of probably the most used putters on tour. But the big difference here is Bettinardi, for me personally, takes that little bit more care. And these Bettinardi putters are pretty much handmade from scratch, and also made in the US. So it's not shipped out to another country and built. These things are made and produced out of Chicago in a little factory. And here you have Bettinardi putters. So I have four models in my hand here. You've got the Inovai, you've got the B, or the Studio Stock series, you've got the BB series, and also the Queen Bee, my favourite in the whole series of Bettinardi putters. So we're going to have a look at each of these four models. We'll start with the BB series, which is probably your base entry level model. Now, like I said, price wise, these are going to be up around the Scotty price mark, so they are not a cheap putter. But you will not be disappointed if you ever bought one of these putters. So like I said, we'll start with the BB series, then we'll have a look at this Inovai, we'll have a quick look at the Studio Stock, and then of course we'll do my favourite last, which is the Queen Bee series. So let's get into it. Let's talk about the BB series first, and then we'll move on to the rest. Okay, let's start with the BB series, but before I get into that, let's just talk about Bettinardi as a whole first of all. Now, these start off as a piece of high quality carbon steel, and then is milled and then shaped, handmade, handcrafted, everything done by the guys out of the factory at Chicago, till you get one of these models of putter head. Now, like I said, let's start off with the BB series. Now, if you can see the image come up on the screen, you can see that there's this honeycomb look across the face, and they call this the hyper honeycomb milling. Now, that is patent to Bettinardi, and you will also see this kind of face pattern when you move into the Queen Bee series, except it's slightly smaller. Now, because of that, this putter head does give off a slightly more firm of a feel than the other three models that I'm about to show you. Moving on, you can see this green grip. It is very green, but that's what makes this putter very distinctive from the rest. And you can see the green on the bottom of the head here. Now, the one thing I do love about this, and you'll see the image now come up on the screen when you see it from the top view, you can see that nice rainbow effect. Now, I used to have a Scotty Cameron putter that used to do that same thing, and I love that putter, and I love the way that this putter looks. But like I said, it is more of a firm feeling putter in comparison to all the other putters in the Bettinardi series. But it does look amazing. And believe me, when you test this putter up against the rest, you will really feel how much more of a firmer face this is. And it's supposed to give a continuous speed towards the hole. So it's supposed to produce a very good roll. Now, when I'm putting this, they do produce all a good roll. And it does sound very, I guess, a little bit more firm off the face. You can actually hear that firmness of contact off the face, and it doesn't really have that much of a soft feel. But some people like that in a putter. So if you're looking at a putter where you're trying to find a little bit more of a firm feel off the face, the BB series is a putter for you. Definitely go try this one out. It looks absolutely amazing, especially in this sun when you see that rainbow effect come onto the head. It looks Can't say it enough, amazing. Okay, now we move into what they call the Bettinardi Innovai putter series. Now the Innovai putter series is a little bit different to most Bettinardi putters, whereas most Bettinardi putters have got that traditional look. The Innovai is very different, kind of suits the name. The Innovai putter has that Fang series of putter. Now that's nothing new to us. We've seen that in Scotty Cameron, we've seen that in Odyssey, and we've seen that in tailor-made putters before. But this putter has got something different. It's called the fit technology, or the fit milling to the face, which means fill impact technology. Now that also now carries on to the Studio Stock series of putters, which I will do very shortly, which means they've actually ground out in the impact zone 50% of the face, so it has an extremely soft feel off the putter face. Now this also has a very high MOI count, and that's, you notice that with the Fang series with most putters, it's face balance and it doesn't get too much head twist, so any strike across the center of the face is going to be exactly the same or close to being the same. So it's a very high MOI putter. So this putter I would recommend to a lot of people who are starting out in the game, or people who are looking for that little bit more face control with their putting. Now, stainless steel shaft like normal. It carries the black grip, unlike the BB series which carried a green grip. All the paint fillings all match up, so where it's red on the face, it's red writing in the grip. If it's a black grip, it's a black head. Everything kind of marries up when it comes to, I guess, cosmetics. Now when I putt this, like I said, it is an extremely soft feel. It is a face balance putter, so it is very much kind of for the person who is looking for that extreme forgiveness on the face, hasn't got a very consistent stroke. You're definitely going to want to look at this putter, and it does feel amazing, and it does come off extremely soft. Even the sound off it is very quiet. But that I'm expecting also from the Studio Stock series, because that putter also has the same face as this. I've never been a big fan of the Fang series, but you saw that ball go in. I'm starting to become a very big fan of this putter. One more, and then I'm going to move on to the Studio Stock series. Again, like I said before, most of the Bettinardi putters are going to fit into that Scotty Cameron price range. Anyway, there you go, the Innovai. Something different from Bettinardi, but not something new to us. Let's move on to the Studio Stock. Okay, now we move on to the Studio Stock series. Now this is probably the series of putter that's used by most tour players that are on tour. Matt Kuchar is probably one of those players. He has a slightly different one, but the Studio Stock design is probably the putter that you're going to see on tour out of all these series of Bettinardi putters. Now, the Studio Stock comes with this mercury grey finished head, and it looks amazing. So you don't get a lot of reflection from the sun. I think there's sometimes you can get a putter that gets a lot of bit too much reflection off the head and can put you off. But this mercury grey finish is very nice. It also has a lot of blue infill down the bottom, and that looks amazing. And you can see the images come up on the screen right now. This putter looks great. It even carries the blue grape, so that blue grip, so that blue filling down the bottom works its whole way up to the putter, and out comes this Studio Stock putter. Now, like the Innovai, it does carry that fit milling in the front, which is fill impact technology. Again, like I said, 50% of the face is carved out or milled out to give it an extremely soft feel. Now, there's a few different putters when it comes to this series, and like all the other series, there's a few different styles of putters. So I suggest getting on their website and having a look at all the different models within each of these category of 4 putters. But like I said, the Innovai gave that real soft feel off the face. You don't get too much different off the Studio Stock series. But like I said, the Studio Stock series is the one that you see more on tour than any of the other series of putters in the Bettinardi range. Liking this putter too, because it just went in the hole. But extremely quiet off the face, extremely soft feel, extremely good looking. Everything that you could want in a putter, you've got in this Studio Stock series. Mind you, you've probably got that in all the Bettinardi range, but like I said, that the BB series, which was the series I started off with, that has got a much firmer feel. These ones here, like the Inovai, the Queen Bee, which I'm about to move on to, and the Studio Stock, a lot more softer off the face. So these do feel, if I quote my words, feel a lot like a Scotty Cameron off the face. They feel amazing. So if you're looking for something a little bit outside the circle, you want to be different to your mates who have all got Scotty Camerons, Bettinardi is a good putter to look at. Anyway, there you go, Studio Stock. Let's move on to the Queen Bee, my favourite. Okay, here we are with my favourite putter in the Bettinardi range. Not just a putter, but I just love the look of this putter. It looks absolutely amazing. It's called the Queen Bee 9. There is the Queen Bee 8 as well, but the Queen Bee 9 just does it for me. And it's a bit more of a mallet style putter, and I do generally like mallet style putters more than your traditional head. But the feel, the look, everything about this putter I love. The design pattern on the bottom that's taken so much care with just looks amazing. Even when you go and look at the putter covers in the Bettinardi series, and I'm just going to quickly go away from the Queen Bee series here, have a look at this image coming up on the screen. These head covers look amazing. I love them. When you take that head cover off and you look at the Bettinardi putter alone, they just look the part. From head cover through to head, through to shaft, through to grip, Bettinardi is just quality, and I love these putters. Now, Queen Bee technology, we all talked about the hyper honeycomb face on the BB series. Now this has got the hyper honeycomb face as well, but it is a lot smaller of a honeycomb. And if you can see the two images coming up on the screen, you can see the difference between the BB series and also the Queen Bee series. You can see that the honeycomb's a lot tighter, which then gives a little bit more of a softer feel off the face. Now it has got a brushed look on top, so you don't get a lot of reflection, but then the bottom shines in the sun very nicely. I'm trying to find the sun now, and you can see it. You can see that's a little bit shiny there, but then when you flip it up this way and you put that in the sun, you don't get too much of a reflection off it. So that's pretty good about this putter. I love the way the neck looks. I love the grip. The grip's white, and it's got the gold infill of Bettinardi in there. It's got gold infill, or yellow and white and black infill on the bottom of this putter. It just looks good. I think I fall for this putter more for its looks than I do actually its feel. Mind you, in saying that, it feels absolutely amazing, and it is as quiet as a Studio Stock and the Innovai series. And as you can see, it just went in the hole, and that's why I love this putter. It's funny, when you find something that you like the look of, generally 9 times out of 10 it's going to be the putter that you're going to like the most. And I love the look of this look. I love the look of this. I love the way it feels. I love the way it sounds. I love the way that it sits on the floor. That is one thing with Bettinardi putters, and I've come across a lot of putters where I'll find one putter of one brand and I like the way that that one looks, but then you'll get another putter that's exactly the same, and it never sits the same. Every time I put a Bettinardi putter down on the ground, it sits absolutely perfect, and it doesn't matter which one it is and how many different types of head I try of the same model, they all sit exactly the same. And that's where it's really good from Bettinardi, because it comes out of the Chicago factory. Everything is taken with so much care, and the process is so perfect that these putters are absolutely amazing. So you definitely need to get out there and try one of these Bettinardi putters. Yes, they are expensive, don't get me wrong, but what club shouldn't be expensive when it's the one club in your bag you use the most? Just missed that one, but again, so quiet, such amazing feel off the face. And like I said, it doesn't matter which Bettinardi putter you use, whether it be the BB series, which is a little bit more firm and a little bit more of a higher punch off the face, they all feel amazing, they all sound amazing, they all look amazing, and most of the time for me, they go close to the hole or in the hole. I love them more to go in the hole, but anyway, there you have it. Bettinardi series of putters. An amazing series of putters that you probably haven't heard of, but deserve a look at. If you've got the money and you're looking at a Scotty Cameron, for God's sakes, go and ask about Bettinardi. You can't go wrong. We have them here at Lake Carrinup. Come try them out this week. They're probably going to be here for a week. We will carry a little bit of stock of them as well, but definitely get out there and try these Bettinardi putters. They are amazing. They are an option to a Scotty Cameron. They are an option to an Odyssey. Yes, they are expensive, but they are an amazing putter. So there you go, Bettinardi putters. Make sure you like, leave a comment if you've tried one of these before, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you push the little bell next to the subscribe button, because that gives you the notification of when my next video comes up. And then most of all, we'll see you next time on ND Golf.